What up? It's your boy the Liby Molytown platform. If you're watching me live now, just say hi. Okay? If you're live right now watching me, just say hi. And share the video, because this thing will start. I'll start this whole event. Everything will start when we have 100 guys here. So start sharing. Like what I told you guys in the beginning, or if you guys saw the shared post that I made, if you guys saw the things that I shared, I said the first 100 guys, you know, will get the reward. So yeah, so if you're watching right now, just say hi. If you're watching me right now, say hi before we start, so I can explain how this whole thing works, how the whole, yeah, just say hi if you're watching me right now, okay? And share. Say hi and you share it before we start, because this what I'm about to present, I'll explain how it works and how it may, yeah, because it may, can just say will, it may be advantageous to so many artists in Cameroon. Like being an artist in Cameroon, yeah, that will be so. This is something I'm about to bring that I believe will change a lot. So Lord Junior, that's the first person. Hey, what's up? So what I want you to do right now is, you already know that you are the first person to get the reward, and I believe you're already a part of the Molytown, the Liby's podcast WhatsApp group, because at first it was Liby's, it was Molytown, now it's Liby's podcast WhatsApp group. I believe you're already a part of it. So you've said hi, Lord Junior. Share this post on Facebook, because I want us to start when we have 100 guys here. So just share it now that you're here. Just share it and come back, okay? I'll explain how the distribution will take place and how it is done, because I know so many things like this have been done in Cameroon before, and even Wax Day complained about it. DJ Jazz, what's up? Hi bro, hi. So what I want you to do, DJ Jazz, please just share it, okay? Just share. Ike Jakes, what's up? Just share this on Facebook, because I want 100 guys to be here before we start, before I explain how everything works, and I give you guys some illustrations and how the distribution will take place. Because most of the times in Cameroon, when these things have been done, okay, they just call somebody, like they just say, okay, they want an organization like the Cameroon's artist organization, and they give them the money and say, okay, you share it to the Cameroon artists, which most of the time those things don't work. You know, most of the time those things don't really work. Those guys just split it among themselves. Like I was watching one movie, I was watching one Nigerian movie that some foreign company came to Nigeria to mine oil in a certain village, okay? Like so many villagers had oil, you know. Yeah, DJ Jobs. Yeah, it's fucking, yeah, it's too much. Yeah, it's too much in a sense. So yeah, I'll explain how it will be distributed, because I know when you carry and dump off some place where it won't go round, it won't serve the purpose I want it to serve. You understand, or DJ Jab? So share this video. So I want, especially artists, I want artists to actually watch it. That's why I'm excited that Ike Jakes is in the building, because he's an artist and he will definitely benefit from it. And going forward, this is just the beginning of it, okay? This one is just like the experimental phase, this amount. So just know we may double it next year or the same time next year, because this project is a project that is supposed to take place for a year. And every artist in Cameroon, provided you meet some of the requirements, because yeah, I don't talk requirement, I believe there's some people that had done the code. No, it's not like you have to be this and all that. No, the only requirement you have is to have quality music. Like your songs have to be have quality. If it is just audio quality, okay? Videos, you can do all that. Video, yeah, video can be shit, but if it sounds good, if the production is good, the mixing, the mastering is good, then you're already one step up, you know. So yeah, I want you guys to share this post, because I want everybody, I want the mostly artists to come here and watch it. So back to the story, like I want to explain why this thing came up, why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it, okay? So I was watching a Nigerian movie that had Sam Loco in it. Rest in peace, the legend. There was one oil company that came from the States to mine, okay, oil in Nigeria, and it went to a village that had a lot of oil, and the land owned by the individuals there that had there were so many people in that village that had the land that was taken by those guys that was given away by the chief of the village to those guys to buy oil. And for a long period of time, these guys kept, there was one old man especially, okay, I'm not great at narrating stories, so I'm just trying to, you know, piece it together so you guys get my point of view or where I'm coming from with this whole distribution, the way I decided to come up with the distribution. Okay, so there was one old man that every time he walks by the refinery, he will blow up a tank. He would just decide to blow up a tank just for, say, Bahat. That these guys came, they have taken their lands and they are suffering. They have seized some of their lands, they are mining the oil and the money is going away. And the old man said his ancestors and his parent, they had a huge portion of land, like lands extending over, like, I've forgotten the hectares he said, but it was really big plots with so much. So he said, right now I own just 5 plots, and this one where my house is at, you know. And he was annoyed. So that same so these guys were mining this oil. These guys were mining this oil, all right, when they believed they had already paid for the land, like paid everybody, settle everybody who had a piece of land, you know, where they were mining from. But this old man is always, I wanted to say pa, let's have a Cameroonian, I have a Bamenda man, so what they call old people now pa. So this old man, I'm just telling this story for these new guys, for the first people who are here now. So you guys should please share the video. I want 100 guys to be here, and the first 100 guys will get that 1,000 that I said. So share it, and I want artists to be here because it will be very helpful to artists. And IKJX, you're an artist, and you may know guys who are into music, and this one is for artists. Okay, back to the story. I'm really bad with stories, right? I really suck at narrating stories because I always get, my brain works a lot, so I always just jump into pockets and all that, and I don't even write the script. So this old man, and when this whole thing was going on, the youths in the village were angry. The old man was angry. Everybody who owned a piece of land was angry. Like the video too, guys. Like this video. The old man was angry, and we found out these guys had given $20,000 to the chief of the village to distribute it to everybody who owned a piece of land. And guess what this old man received? He received a bag of salt from $20,000. He received a bag of salt. So Sam Loco was the broker between this oil company and the villagers. You know, he was the middleman, you know, and he was one of the elders in the village. You know, the guys who always receive the money and they're in charge of distributing it to everybody who own a piece of land in the village. So Sam Loco was one of them. So there was one piece of land that had oil that these guys never had control over, and that's the piece of land that old man still owned and still possessed, you know. So he brought these guys to, he took this white guy, I'll say white guy in quotes because it was just a whole notion. They wanted to paint out a picture, okay? He took this guy one day, came to the old man's house and said, this is land. He's very lucky because this land has been chosen to be drilled, you know, for oil. And he will be very successful. They'll compensate him. They never said he'll be successful. They said they'll compensate you highly, you know. When the old man asked, the lands you guys took before, what have I received? Sam Loco said, my friend, the 2 bags of salt we gave you and the 2 bags of yam, how can you say you never received anything? Don't be greedy. The pastor said, okay. Went into his house. He told his wife that these guys have come here again to take this land. His wife was boiling water. Maybe she wanted to make curry or something. She just took the pot and went out, poured it on the white guy's body, and the man came out with his gun, so all of them ran away. So I'm saying this to say, and then those guys went out to the chief and said, these guys are retaliating are chasing us away on this piece of land. Like we are facing problems on the piece of lands or on the places where we have our refineries at, and most of our machines have been destroyed. And they even call the old man's name. Okay, and then the man said, but I thought we settled these guys, because the old man was really angry that he never received anything. You know, he didn't receive anything. And why? The chief said, the chief never knew that these guys gave $20,000. That was one messed up part of it, because the man gave this money to the elders of the village, like the council, because you know it's like house in Cameroon, we have this house of senate, house of blah 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 blah, that always deliberate, and with the government, the president wants to make some decisions, he always need to go to them like for approval and all that shit. So this white guy, since Sam Loco was the broker and he was one of those elders in the village, he took these guys to the elders. They gave that $20 million to these elders, and they split that money among themselves. Okay, and they give those guys just the chief never knew, the Igwe never knew. So when the Igwe started trying to say, but why didn't you guys tell me this money came into the village? And they told the Igwe it was distributed. You just 10 million naira just got into your account. You know, it came from that money. So the Igwe now, unknowingly, he was an accomplice. Okay, the money came into his account. He was grateful for it. He used it, because when those guys came, he said that land can be mined and the oil can be drilled for no, they don't have to pay anything if the money coming from that land will be used to develop the village, like tar roads, build schools and all that. That was the Igwe's conditions for the mining. But these elders went behind and took money from these guys and said, give this money and you have full control over that land. Like you compensate these guys and you can take all the money, do whatever the fuck you want to do with it. So when the Igwe found out that money had been spent and some of the money came to him, he said, okay, these guys need compensation. Since you guys have been drilling for this period of time and they haven't received any compensation, and you guys will keep facing the same problem if you guys don't settle these guys or compensate this guy. So they asked, how much can we pay again? These guys said, maybe another $20 million will do. You know what? This guy said, okay, we'll give another 20 million. And who were the guys who were supposed to distribute that money? The elders. At least this time the Igwe was aware of it. You know, the Igwe was aware that they're about to pay this amount of money, and he said they should entrust it to the elders of the village to share that money. When the money came, these guys did the same thing. They just split the money among themselves. This chief would take 20 million naira, this one would take 40 million naira, this guy would take 20 million naira. They split the whole everything. Then the remaining, let's just say 1 million naira or 2 million naira that was left, they take it, buy salt, palm wine and all these things, call the youths of the village, give them, or go to the home of all those guys who own those lands and give them. Okay. So when that money was spent, nothing, the villagers even became more outraged, because these guys now felt like they own, like they have authority, they have permission to work in all those spaces, so they felt comfortable going there. So when they went there and they had retaliations, these guys were pissed off. They felt like these villagers were trying to extort them, not knowing they were those elders in the village. So when they went to that piece of land, these guys attacked them. They went to a man's piece of land and said, okay, they want to build the machine, the refinery here, they want to put all the things here. The man attacked them. You know, when the man attacked them, they felt like they wanted to be extorted. So they became aggressive. They shot back, they fired back. So they shot one of the men. So the villagers became angry that these guys are coming to their village to take their land, drill their oil for free, and are killing them. When the guys felt like these guys are trying to take money from them and are extorting them. So it became a war between the villagers and the white guys. The chief, I don't know, he was confused, you know. But Sam Loco and his and his mates, they know what was going on. Okay, these niggas know what was going on, and they never gave two fucks. They don't care as long as their families, they keep building generational wealth and building generational wealth. Okay, okay, the story is too long. What I'm saying is, okay, the amount of money is too much. If I entrust the money like what it has been done for periods of time, I say, okay, give it to this body to share it to this artist, so these guys can come here. If they meet this criteria, they receive the money. What has been happening in the Cameroon, because it's not the first time the, let's just say, Ministry of Culture maybe has given money to the Cameroon's Musician Association or something of that sort in Cameroon, and the money, and so many artists feel like they never received the money, and even Wags, they said that party for update, they take the money share and all. You get my point? So what I'm doing is, I have, it's given, it will be given, okay, but there's a criteria which the money will be distributed, which if you get any amount of money you receive, any piece you get from it, you deserve it, and it gets directly to you. You receive it directly through maybe mobile money, or your own piece of it through mobile money, or through any method of payment you prefer. So DJ Jabs, I don't answer your question. I was saying other story to say, most of the time when you go through a body that you're close to reach out to the masses, those guys don't actually, they prioritize those things. They become greedy when money is involved. Okay, so can we share the video? Like the video. Okay, if you're watching me right now, like the video and share it. I want this number, I wanted to stack up the number, then I introduce how this thing will be done and the platform everything will be taking place on. Okay, but if you guys have any questions concerning the topic, concerning the amount, you guys can, you know, ask. So I'm all ears. So if you guys are watching right now, share. Okay, share. If you know anybody in Cameroon that you know would want to get that, because that 1K for the first 100 guys that will join here, the 1K will go to them. I know say J Jabs, I know say you know the Cameroon, so I believe you don't need it. But tell any man with the Cameroon, but you know say okay, you need that 1K for replenish the megabyte with the user, the 1K for replenish. Okay, so the live will not be long. I believe it's already, I think, 17 minutes into it. So when we get to 20 minutes into it, even if the amount of people who are supposed to be here are not here, I'll move forward. I'll explain everything and break it down, how it will be distributed, and yeah, the video will be shared on other social media platforms, not just here on YouTube. But I just wanted to do it here live so I can explain so many things. I would have just recorded it and done it as you know, premiered it, but having the live interaction and answering some of the questions directly will help a lot. Okay, so we'll be getting into it in a moment. Okay, so yeah, so this is how this thing is going to go. Okay, most Cameroon artists, IKJX, this one you can charm in. Okay, this question I'm asking, you're an artist, so you can relate to most of these things I'm about to say and how this distribution will work. Okay, and what you think, if we thought about this whole movement, about the whole strategy wisely. If you have anything to add to it, okay, you add. Okay, so Cameroon artists have been releasing music on a yeah that I know they'll be crying of data. That's why I'm giving them that she said that napong no, or that yeah, so that may they replenish. So IKJX, if you have some friends who are artists, make them tell them what's going on. Lord Junior, if you have friends or some guys who may need that 1000, tell them to join, to share the video. Okay, share the video. Let's go. So we'll just proceed. Okay, if these guys keep joining, but along the line you guys can share the video. Okay, so let's just proceed. So most Cameroon artists, for let's just say ever since Cameroon music changed, you know, the rebirth of Cameroon music, I'm just saying the era of after 20 2012 up to now, we've seen the growth in quality of Cameroon music and the activity. I wanted to say the activeness of the fans, but yeah, if that's also a word, just consider it. So we've been seeing all those things come into play and grow, and there's one problem most Cameroonians have been facing to date, okay? That has been commercializing their art. Okay? That's monetizing their art, monetizing their music. Most artists sign deals or they get into distribution deals that they want their songs to get on YouTube Music, to get on Spotify, to get on iTunes, to get on Tidal, to get on Deezer, to get on Pandora, and all the rest. You know, most of these guys sign all these deals to get to all the streaming services. Mind you, these streaming services were designed to fit the criteria and the network, distribution network of the countries or the Western world or the developed or the regions of the world where they have internet unlimited. You know, not really unlimited, but it's cheap and easily accessible. You know, that's the first thing. The second thing is, there's so many guys in Cameroon who would want to get access to an artist song. DJ Japs have just given one reason now that everybody is crying of data. How many guys will be willing to sacrifice the data they need to use on their WhatsApp and talk to so many guys to stream your song or to stream a complete album? That's just one, to stream a complete album. Okay, how many guys will in Cameroon, because this solution I'm coming with is to solve that problem in Cameroon, that distribution problem in Cameroon. Okay, it's not like I'm investing the money into distributing. No, I'm distributing the money to artists as the distribution goes on. Okay, so most of them upload their songs on YouTube, especially when they have singles. They upload their singles on YouTube, and those songs, they are on YouTube, but they don't get to the street, and it's difficult to share, because how can you share it? The only way you can share that song is to share the link on WhatsApp or share it on Facebook, and it still requires data for the person who wants to listen to it. And that's still some sort of limitation. Knowing where we come from, knowing that we come from Cameroon, you know, that's one form of limitation. And on the other hand, Cameroon artists, when you distribute your songs to iTunes, this one is a fact, IKJX, if you've distributed your songs to iTunes before, Spotify and Tidal before, how many times have you received a check from iTunes, Tidal, or Spotify? Let's just be honest. If there's any artist here, you can give me a sign. Let's be real, okay? Because I had a conversation with so many artists, like big artists, A-list artists behind the scene, before actually coming to this conclusion and coming to this solution. But let's not just use the fictional or the bragging, because here we are trying to be real, okay? The bragging thing everybody always use and say my song is on iTunes and I'm making so much money. Let's be factual here. How many times has anybody, or you or any Cameroon artist who have their songs on Spotify or iTunes, how many times have they received a check from those streaming platforms? It's difficult to receive a check from those platforms. And do you know why? Because how many Cameroonians actually stream your songs on those platforms? How many people stream your songs on those platforms? Yeah, we know most of you get your streams on YouTube, or most of your streams come from YouTube. Yeah, but how many times have you received a check from YouTube? That's the easiest Cameroonian stream from it. And having data prevents you from actually getting that revenue from YouTube. So how many times have you received a check from YouTube? And YouTube is the lowest payer when it comes to Spotify and iTunes. YouTube is the least. So before you even get, let's just say, like for an artist to get just $50 from YouTube, you need to rack up a huge amount of stream. which most or even some A-list artists in Cameroon don't generate that huge amount of stream. Okay, you may be talking from 1 million streams upward, and very few artists in Cameroon can brag that every time they release a song it gets to 1 million. Am I wrong? So how do we solve that? How do you actually convert releasing your single or actually have a career or have a music career where you believe, okay, the way Western artists benefit from all these streaming services and all these other platforms, the way these other Western artists benefit from it from their streams, because those platforms pay in respect to the country you're in. Okay, in respect to, because YouTube also does the same thing with the YouTubers and bloggers and all that shit. But I'm talking about the streaming services. Most of them pay in respect to the country you're in respect to the currency you're using, or in respect to the currency those guys streaming, the currency of the country where the streams are coming from. So that's how it's been divided. And even Spotify, it also depends. Most people stream on Spotify for free if you have a Spotify account, but sometimes the revenue that comes from the guys who stream for free is completely different from the money that comes from the guys who use the premium service. So many things come into play for revenue to be distributed, or for you an artist, or you as an artist to receive revenue from most of the streaming platforms. And I know for a fact, very out of 20 or 100 Cameroon artists, just 1 or 2 may receive that privilege. But they are not receiving the full extent of the privilege, because most of their fan base may be Cameroonian, so they are just receiving crumbs from that facility. Okay, so they are just receiving crumbs from it. So the stream or the amount of work they put in doesn't equate the amount of revenue or the amount of it's not beneficial. Okay, it's not helpful, it's not motivational, it's not motivating them to keep on doing their craft. You know, your art is worth little or nothing. So once you're a Cameroon artist, your art is worth little or nothing. So most of the ways most Cameroon artists make revenue is through shows, merch, and very few of them even do merch. Mostly shows. Even Kamani, who can rack up millions of streams on YouTube, she was asked that does she make money from her music career, and she said no, she has another source of revenue, not music. So you as an artist, there are so many artists in Cameroon who dream of getting to the stage where Kamani is. That's the level of notoriety she has now. There are so many guys who maybe think getting to that stage is like getting to the peak. I know she's making money from music because she's been booked for shows, but I believe when she means that, she may be talking about her actual songs, music, streams, sales. She doesn't generate revenue from all that. She generates revenue from performances and shows. Exactly. So IKG just said, okay, let me summarize what he just said and paraphrase. So if you guys are watching, you guys can read it. But for what he just said, yes, in Cameroon, most of these platforms act as boosting your image for bragging rights. Like when your song is on iTunes or Spotify, on all those places, you use it to brag and say, okay, I have a plug to get my songs on all those platforms, on all those places. That's just all it serves. It doesn't help you financially. That's just all it serves. And to get your songs on all those platforms, you pay. Okay? You actually pay money to get your song on all those platforms. You pay a distributor to get your song on all those platforms. Okay? And As for the, and most of these streaming platform, let me tell you, for most of you guys who don't know, these guys, when you upload your song today, you get your revenue in 3 months time. Like, that's how it is. 3 months span. It's not like YouTube, where YouTubers get their check every month. Streaming services, YouTube Music, streaming services pay you every 3 months. They don't pay you every month. Every 3 months. Some may pay higher than others, but most of them pay every 3 months. So would you just sit for 3 months while waiting for your project to generate or rack up this small amount of stream? And IKGX also said, for your songs to stream well on those platforms, it requires a high level of communication, which means your audience need to have access to the songs. And that's one of the things most Cameroon artists face, one of the difficulties most Cameroon artists face. Access to the songs. Somebody like Salatiel will release an album and most fans haven't listened to the album. But when they release singles from the album, this glamour as Steve Salatiel just released a brand new song. When some of us, or some of the few who were, let me just say, fancy enough or opportune enough to listen to the album when it released on these main streaming platforms, we were just saying, okay, that's a video from that single. We've heard it before. Let's just see how it will translate in visuals. The same thing with like the review I gave on Magasco Nyang Nyang when I said, I heard this song before from the album and Lady Pons wasn't on it. So the remix, he did the video remix and had Lady Pons on it. You know, so going back, let me read the next thing IKGX said. Exactly. You know, he said having your songs there, it needs a high level of communication where Cameroon artists can't afford. Okay, it's just bragging rights and reputation, but the revenue that comes from it don't match up. Okay, I'm not going to say the name of like some of the A-list artists I talked about. Like some of them, they use I was talking to some of them and they were talking about, yeah bro, I move in 2 weeks, my man, I move 150k inside 2 weeks, or 200k inside 1 week. He was saying all that thing, thinking I don't understand how this thing works. Mind you, like in 2014, I released a song on, I started as an artist and I released my music when YouTube Music was still called Google Play Music. And I was on the first page. Most guys, Jiggy can testify, most guys who follow me on Facebook, you guys know when I release, and that level of communication, I had that level of communication. Okay, I was like, before your song make it to the new releases first page, just know you have a certain level of notoriety and your impressions are high. So these streaming services, or even YouTube, that's how all the streaming platforms, social media platforms work. Impressions, when you have high impressions or watch time, they say this project has prospect and they push it forward, and in turn it increases your sales and your streams. Okay, so most of these guys were trying to brag or say all this thing, thinking I don't know how these things work. And I told that guy, I said, man, let's be factual, be honest with me, okay? Because this is what I'm trying to do, this is what I want to do. Okay, I'm trying. This is the last chance you have to be honest, because this thing, if it doesn't work out, if you keep having this notion, your art will keep going for nothing, little or nothing. Okay, and you open up and say, you know what, that guy telling you he's making that amount of money, he doesn't even have more streams than me, and it's true. And I saw both artists, their streams couldn't relate. Like, is somebody whose stream wasn't that much telling me he can remove 100 or 200,000 francs from, he said boom play, but somebody who had more streams than that person kept telling me, bruh, this thing, I don't see no money coming from those streams and all those things, you know? And I just told that guy, listen, you can't tell me you are making so much money than that guy who even have more streams than you, and you're telling me you're bragging about all this amount of money you're making. Then we had to talk about it and realize this. Most of the streaming platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, these things are meant for, let's just say, artists who have a certain degree of international success. But if you are huge in Cameroon, these streaming services were not designed for Cameroon artists to prosper on. For now. Because the facilities that need the smooth operation and enjoyability of all these platforms is still lacking in Cameroon, which is internet. electricity. These things are still a factor in Cameroon, but distribution in Cameroon still works manually, and that's where this whole program, this whole thing I'm doing now comes in. Okay, so this is what I'm about to do. Okay, the distribution of this amount will go as in I'm launching this. Okay, if you're on your browser right now, okay, or when we're done, you just have to type molytown.com. okay, just type molytown.com. So on Molytown, this is what I'll be launching on molytown.com. That, okay, there it's in Cameroon. Okay, most guys in Cameroon, it's not about streaming services racking up this amount of streams and they pay you per month and all those things. No, because it's very difficult for nobody will have to want to go online and say they are streaming your song and all that. How this thing work is, okay, wait, this platform is a platform where you submit your songs, or let me give you guys a hint. You come here, okay, you submit your songs, and we have a panel that reviews the song and we distribute it. Okay, it can be a single, all right, or when you come in, it can be a single, you distribute it, you upload it, we listen to it, and you get paid per 1,000 downloads from Cameroon. And this side helps, and they download your song for free. Those guys downloading, listen, Cameroon fans, okay, because most of the time most guys try to download songs from YouTube by using other apps, other applications, other softwares and other things, you know, to download from YouTube. And when you download audios from YouTube, the quality drops. IKJs, you can testify, okay, it drops. But this one is the original MP3 file. They download it through this platform and we pay per 1,000 downloads. Okay, so we also come on Cameroon, all man go and do 419, any man go and see if you own. Okay, for the beginning, when you come there, you see artists, like these are the artists, you can see them. Like this is the first project we released on this platform to give it a try, and it actually proved that this can work, and Cameroon artists can actually convert their revenue, their art to revenue while in Cameroon and while distributing their songs. Because most guys want to have their song on their phone, especially Cameroonians, they want to have their song on their phone. Even guys driving cars in Cameroon, they have woofers in their house, they have phones. Most Cameroonians don't stream songs online. They play the songs they already have in their phones, already downloaded in their phones. Okay, that's how this thing works, and that's what we are trying to push forward, putting your song in the hands of your audience while you're making money as your song keep reaching your audience. Okay, so this is how this thing works. Okay, every time you release a single, an audio single, okay, this one was an EP, Mark Cedric's EP. This EP actually did good, you know, did good. So you come here for you to download. So and also come on camera, most people don't want to inflate their stream or inflate their download. Like they'll just go to download and over. See, I come on Cameroon. I don't come up with a means, a way to prevent that. Okay, to prevent most of these guys who wants to keep downloading and say, okay, by the way, 1,000 stream, when you get to a single, for a single, 1,000 streams depending on your region, because I want to do this thing in region. Those in the French side of Cameroon have a different stream, a different payout from those in the English side of Cameroon. Yes, yes, I don't talk that one. That's where you go work. So those in the English side of Cameroon, when they get 1,000 stream, they get 25,000 francs for the 1,000 downloads. Free. Like I said, these guys don't pay to download your songs. You're trying to distribute your song. Okay, and you're getting paid for distributing your song the same as YouTube. And it's not exclusive. You can still distribute with the streaming platforms and all those places. Just deposit your songs there, but you get paid when the downloads on this platform are recorded. Okay, so for those in the English side of Cameroon, when you just get 1,000 downloads, you get 25K. You get 2,000 downloads, 50K. So you can just decide and release a single every month or every week. If you can rack up so if yeah, DJ Jobs. Thank you. So the way we'll try to prevent Zingaloid, you're not late. You just came in time when I was trying to explain it, okay? Yeah, when you try to explain it. So let me go back to the home page. Okay, that's about page. Like, these are platforms combine this amount of followers we have. Okay, we are just like Molytown. We have management. We can manage you. If you want to be managed, we can manage you. But that's not what I'm talking about here today. We have media, like we have podcasts in partnership with Chakra TV, most places. So like media and the rest. We have publishing. If you want to get your songs on the streaming platforms that you want to get your songs on, which I just believe, like Ike Jig said, for bragging rights, that you finally got your songs on iTunes, Spotify, and all those places. I never had a YouTube tick. For most guys who just go to Mark Cedric's YouTube channel, you see the musician mark on it. Like, Molytown facilitated or did that since he signed to Molytown as an artist. Okay, so there, if you want to get your songs there, then distribution, yeah, publishing, yeah, all that. But this is not what we are talking about today. We'll be talking about actually making money from your songs in Cameroon. If you like, every week you just release one single and get $1,000 and get 25,000 francs while your songs is going out. Your fans get your song for free. We are not charging them for getting your song. They just get your song for free. They download your song. They play it anytime they want to play your song. And when you get 1,000 downloads, you get 25K. Those in the French side of Cameroon, 1,000 downloads, 20K. So I said it, okay? English side, you get a 5,000 extra. French side, if most of your downloads come from the French side, it's 20,000. Okay, it's 20,000. We had to do a lot of math to come up with this separation and this payout, just to be fair, because the French population is too much. It's higher than that of the English population. So we don't want, since this is the amount we are rolling out this whole platform with, we don't want mostly the French artists to rack up everything when the English artists haven't, stacked up some chips, So, but yeah. What the fuck? This thing just went off. Okay. Let me zoom out this thing, Zingaloy. Okay. The topic of today. Zingaloid is asking the topic of today. The topic of today is distributing Cameroon music, okay? So that's how it's going to work. So to prevent spam downloads, so that if you release your song, you don't have to sit there or tell some five guys to sit there like to download your song over till it gets to 1,000 and you get your payout. Like, you get your payout immediately it hits 1,000. You get your payout. So how do we prevent this? We are preventing this by doing this, okay? When you come to this platform, okay, let's just say your artist releases a song, or a fan just come here and type, let's just say Sango Eddie or Sango, right? And search. Okay, when songs that Sango is on it, when they come up, you click on it, or when they share the link of the song, they can still share it from here, or when they share it, or when you listen to the song, you can still comment here. So it's complete, right? So download the song. When you come here, you put your name, your city, so that's where we know that where the download is coming from, and your WhatsApp number, and the fan will receive the song on WhatsApp once he finished that. When he put your name, city, number, click download, you receive the song on your WhatsApp. Okay, Yeah, one Kajabi with one spam. So it means you have to you have to create 1,000 numbers if you want to trick the system. Okay, 1,000 numbers if you want to trick the system. So this is how we'll be preventing it. So at least you as an artist, okay, every time you release a single, you know this single I'm putting out. If I can rack up 1,000 streams, that's 25,000. Like you may have so many songs stacked up in your laptop, in your PC that you want to release, you want it to reach your fans, and you're still thinking about your distribution marketing for it to blow up, and then you start getting paid for shows and all that. No, right now your art is worth money. Okay, your art is worth money, but how do you get your song now on the platform? Because as you guys have seen, you have no upload button on it. Like you come down, upload your songs, right? Yeah, you distribute it the same way you go through curators, the same way you go to redistribution agencies to get to Spotify, iTunes, and all these places. You have to go through the same channel for your song to get on this distribution on molytown.com. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, for you to get your song here, you come here, okay, submit your project. You click it, okay. Here you have single, EP. We don't accept albums unless the artist wants to distribute an album. We are just going for singles and EPs, because the reason we are going for singles and EPs is because most guys use singles and EPs for promotional acts, like to send the songs out for them to make rounds in the street. When they make rounds in the street and it blows up, they can be booked for show. So you're distributing your song. We are distributing your songs for you for free while you make money as your song spreads. So you select single or EP. If it is a single, you click single and the single form will pull up. All right. When you come here, you put your name, song title, record label is optional if you're signed or not. Okay. Then your phone number, where you get your paycheck when you get to 1,000. Okay. Mobile money. Right. Then you upload the song, upload the cover art, and submit. So when that happens in 4 days, if your song is approved, you will see it on the Discover page. Okay, you will see it on the Discover page. And when your song is on the Discover page, you can share it. You can come to that song, you click here, okay, you go to share, Facebook, WhatsApp, you share it. Or you can just go to your browser, copy the link. Right now it's an app that I'm doing this illustration on. Okay, so it doesn't have the browser tab where I can go down and copy the link. So, but I can still show it on WhatsApp and the rest. Right, this is the Windows app, but the Windows app will not be available to everybody. It will just be the website for now, the mobile side and the PC side for now. So the mobile app and the Windows app will be available to everybody, but for now, this app, the PC app, is just available to the creators and the owners of Molytown. Yeah. So when you come here, you share it on your Facebook page and your rest, and boom, everybody start downloading. And if you have a video, this one great thing. If you have a video, okay, you release a video, you want guys to watch the video and download the audio. This is how it works. It works the way, let's just say we come to Gomez Oba. Okay, we go to his page. He has a video, Sapology. Right? You watch the video here. It's on YouTube. You watch the video, right? And if you want to download the audio, you click here and it will take you to the download page. It will take you to the download page. Let's just say, because he hasn't released any song yet, he'll be releasing a song on the 30th. That's tomorrow. So it will come to this similar page where the fans can just put name, city, and phone number, and the download. So, okay, let me read the comments and let's move forward. Zinga Lloyd, Okay, thank you, Zingaloid. So I get jigs. Okay, talking of copyright, okay? Copyright work when the streaming platform use the songs is monetizing the art you put on the platform, right? This platform just act as a tunnel where the songs you distribute out for free on YouTube for the fans to have access to it. The copyright thing you can use, we can still license the song through Molytown if you want, but that's optional for you. Or you can license it through the companies because people like Stanley Anna, Gomez Oba, Mr. Leo, all these guys, they use Belief Music. Belief will license their songs for them. So if anybody download the song and upload it on their YouTube channel or anywhere, the YouTube tracking bot will track the revenue, okay, and all that. If they are making money of it on YouTube or all streaming platforms, they can't because it's been licensed. We can still license it through Molytown Music. For example, Max Shredrick's on is been licensed through Molytown Music. Okay, nobody can upload your song anywhere, and we'll track the revenue. If they're making money from there, the money will come to Molytown, and you receive the money. If they're actually making money off your songs on YouTube, okay. But we advise that you license the song before sending to us. Or if you don't want to license the song and you want to distribute it out the way Malox does his songs, Malox don't usually license shit. He just license only when, even Jovi, they license only when they want to release that song as a body of work. When they include it in an album, they license the whole album, including that track. Then the anybody who shares that song or has that song anywhere that is generating revenue, every revenue comes to them. Okay, so the licensing works as in, if you want us to distribute the song exclusively on this platform, we can license it. Okay, so anybody who drops it, and when we license it, you'll find it on Boomplay, you'll find it on iTunes, you find it on Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, all those places, because of the prestige and the rest. And if you still have fans that can stream it from those platforms, fine and good. But they will still get downloaded on this platform here. The only place you get paid is when your songs get downloaded on this platform, because here we can track the streams, the downloads, and we can know where it comes from, if it is from the French side or the English side. Okay, so from here we can track it, actually track it the same way. DJ Jabs is the same, okay, because if you see here, when you go to submit project, okay, mixtape, same, you see EPs, album, mixtape, you can see, right? EP, album, mixtape. So you can drop. We don't take albums because we believe albums go out for sale. Albums go out when you've already distributed your songs enough and have and build up your fan base to the level where you think that fan base can actually purchase your products when you drop them. That's when albums come into play. If you want to drop your album exclusively still on this platform to sell, then it won't be for free. The download button will have a sale, a payment method beneath it. But for now, we are not focusing our mind on that because most Cameroonians still believe music is for free. And most artists want to make money from music. Okay? So, while you're distributing your platform, your music to generate that fan base where you say you can release an album down the line to make money from while distributing it, you should live as an artist. You should make money from that music while you distribute it. Okay? So DJ Jabs, you can release a mixtape too. Single, EP, album, mixtape. So when you drop an EP, okay, 1,000 download for an EP for those in the French side of Cameroon is 35K. For those in the English side of Cameroon is 40K for 1,000 downloads. So EPs, that's how it goes with EP. For singles, that's how it goes. Singles in English side 25K, EPs 40K, singles in French side 20K, EP 35K. That's how the distribution works. Okay, so you can upload these two. That's why we go just for EPs. We can go with mixtapes too. Mixtapes they apply the payment plans that applies for the same as EPs. So We go for EP, singles, and EPs. Albums, that's something you need to contact us. We negotiate and discuss on how the sales process will work. Okay. So, I think I've explained almost everything that I wanted to explain today. Okay. Let me see the question. Let me see if you guys have any questions. If you don't have any question, then I think we'll end it here today. You just have to contact us for you to be eligible to get your songs distributed. I say there is a board that listens to the song. Mind you, the aim of this platform is to make sure Cameroon songs have the standard that we can compete with any other country. Like if your song, somebody wants to download your song, okay, say download the song. If they go to Molytown and they want to download your song, okay, that song has a standard that can quality. That's why we mainly focus on audio, not video. Audio quality, it can play in any platform. You play it anywhere, anybody will bob their head or dance. Okay, just go there, submit your project. If it is approved, you see it on the platform. If it is not approved, you may receive an SMS. Since you put your number, you receive an SMS why the song wasn't approved. If it was a quality, if it was a mixing, if it was a mastering, if it was a production, if it was the vocal quality, anything, they'll tell you. Okay, so you can work on it to get your song back on it. Like I said, this thing is to be distributed to every Cameroon artist who fit that criteria of distributing quality music. It's not like iTunes that you have to pay those distributors to subscription plan to distribute your music to iTunes, Spotify, and other places. No, like I said, we have our own curators, but the curator is on the platform where you go there, you submit your project, they review it, and it goes up. iTunes, Spotify, all of them take 7 days, but our platform may take 4 days, okay, to get your song up. Okay, depending on the volume of projects they receive. Okay, let's just say between 4 to 7 days, depending on the volume of projects we receive. But all those other platform is 7 to 2 weeks to 14 days. So that's all you need to do. So DJ Jab said, downloading from abroad. Okay, downloading from abroad it also helps. Okay, let's say, I don't know how we can figure out that one, because if you're downloading from abroad, we don't know if you're a francophone or an anglophone, because that's what we take into consideration. Like I said, the French population in Cameroon is more than the English population in Cameroon. So those are the kind of things we are trying to balance up. So if you're downloading from abroad, if you're a francophone, that'll just say added to the French population, like downloaded from the French section of Cameroon. If you're an anglophone and you're abroad, it would be added to the English, just to balance it out. I don't know how we figure out that one. We'll just go with the way the ministries in Cameroon figure it out. But your name is Onana, Atangana, or all those French names. They just say, c'est notre enfant, c'est notre fils. Okay, don't lui un autre bénéfice. So maybe we'll try that one. But if your name can't determine if you come from any of these regions or any of these parts of Cameroon, we still need to find out something, because we don't want to add another field on the form to submit. We want it to be as easy and straightforward as possible. That's why we ask your name, city, number. That's it. Okay, that thing is just to prevent guys from spamming the downloads. Okay, so the next question is IKJ says, the track limits for the EPs is from 3 to 5 tracks. 3 to 5. An EP starts from 3 to 5 tracks. So your EP has to be 5 tracks for it to be approved. Okay, if it is above 5 tracks, then you may call it a mixtape, but the payout will be the same. Okay, you can drop an 8-track EP, you can drop a 7-track EP, but what we consider as EP is from 3 to 5 tracks. If it is above that, that's a mixtape. That's how we'll title it, a mixtape. Okay, but the payout is the same as that of an EP, so that's up to you. Okay, so Lord Junior says, for the moment, right now, I don't think the artist will be able to see the numbers of the downloads. Okay, the only way they'll get to know if they're among the top earners is there's a page the charts page where you see the charts. You see those who are having the most downloads, or that the chart is actually hidden right now because we don't have enough data to actually make the chart available to everybody. For now, they won't be able to see the numbers like iTunes. Okay, they won't be able to see the numbers like iTunes directly on the platform. But as the thing goes forward and as it progresses, we will come up with a portal where these artists will be able to sign in to actually see their data. Okay, but I don't know, all I wanted to say was just trust me. What we are doing is we are trying to prevent the spamming of those numbers so that you get the accurate amount of downloads and you get the accurate number you deserve and you earn. Okay, so yeah, let me see. DJ Jobs. It will be accepted, but the payout will still go the same. DJ Jobs, the payout won't change. It's still the same. Even if you have foreign artists on it, it's distributed in Cameroon. It's almost the same as when you put your songs on iTunes and Spotify. The payout applies based on the region the song is streamed at. So the distribution of this platform is mainly done in Cameroon, even though you can be downloaded somewhere else, but it's considered Cameroon. Okay, so the payout will still be Cameroon. It's the same. The project will be accepted provided it meets our standard. Mind you, we have a board of guys who listen to the song, guys who go to the club all the time, guys who frequent most places like where most African music dominates and Western music. So we'll listen to it and say, this song can actually compete or stand with this. You know, this quality of music can actually stand with this. And then it goes through any artist. Okay, there are so many guys who record in their homes, record in places that they have dope ass music, but the art is worth nothing. This platform is just to tell you, if you can generate 1,000 downloads, just know every week, every month, be sure you can make a living off music. Okay. Exactly. It's downloads, not stream. Okay, so it depends on the artist's communication, because the reason the way we came up with these things is we realized when artists drop songs on YouTube, okay, they share the link on, let me just say, especially there are so many guys, like I don't go vex that way. Some guys just wake up after not talking to you for so long. When they release a song, they start spamming the link in your inbox, you know, that you should listen to it, or you should stream it, or you should share it. Yeah, you can do the same thing. Okay, but in this case, instead of having 1,000 views on YouTube, if you have 1,000 downloads, that's money. But 1,000 views on YouTube ain't worth shit. Okay, so it's based on your level of communication. So the same communication you've been putting on your career that haven't been giving you shit, and that effort you've been putting on your career, you're putting that thing on your career just because you want to blow up, get a certain leverage that you can monetize that notoriety with shows and merchandise and shit. Okay, but in this case, you put that same communication, that same promotion aspect of it. In return, you have money. You have some financial compensation from it. Okay, DJ Jobs, we, the platform, how do we benefit? We are creating a structure, okay? We are creating a structure where most Cameroon, where artists can sell albums. That's why we talked about when you want to release an album, you contact us. We talked about the sales, how you want to sell it and all that. That's why we kept albums out of this whole equation. Okay, we the owners, let me say, the reason this platform came into play, is, like I said, I started as an artist and I realized the amount of effort you put in producing and distribution does not reflect the revenue. So in a sense, most Cameroon artists do music because it's a passion, not it's a job, not because it's a job. So me, I'm putting myself in that space. That's how this platform came into play. Okay, that's how this platform came into play. So this is all about creating a structure where artists, like distribution, like we've been talking about distributing in Cameroon for so long, like creating a structure, like the Cameroon music industry is where it's at and there's no money in it and all these things because there's no structure. This stage, us benefiting, is creating that structure that will grow over time, where down the line we may have so many guys who come in to keep the platform on float. For now, we are doing this as an incentive to create that structure, to build that foundation of that distribution, to give that the industry, that to make it an industry. It is an industry, but an industry without financial returns is like, I don't know, a sport, a hobby, I don't know. So we are trying to convert it, we are trying to make it an industry. So the benefit of this thing currently, we have none. Down the line, we may have some, okay? For now, we just want to build the structure for it to be solid. Create a distribution chain and create a revenue chain between artists, the guys who make music, and their fans. Easing the distribution, because we know most guys in Cameroon play the songs they already have downloaded in their phones, in their laptops, in their bars. They play the songs they have in their flash drives. Okay, even DJs in their flash drives or in their hard drives and all that, they play. That's how music is spinned in Cameroon. They don't spin songs online in Cameroon, they spin them if they have already downloaded it. So we are facilitating that distribution, that spinning in Cameroon, because most artists in Cameroon, they just release their songs on YouTube and on Spotify and all those places. So DJs will have to download it from YouTube, and when they download it from YouTube, the quality drops. Okay, we just want to keep the quality. They get the same quality you release from the studio directly into their phone. Everything you did in the studio, like for some creative guys, that you do something and there's the backup sounds that you want somebody, like it gives you some nostalgia. Like as a producer, I know all those things, you know, the sound that is not at the forefront, but it beautifies the song. Sometimes when you upload on YouTube and it's downloaded, some of those things get lost when the file is being reduced. You know, some of those things get lost. So we want to give them what you put out from the studio, directly from the studio. Okay, so yeah, IKGX, I hope I've answered your question. Okay, having is based on your communication. That's just it. So the more downloads you can generate, the more money you can get. So if you have 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, that's how your racks keep going up. So let's move to DJ Jabs. How do the owners see it? I've answered it. For now, we don't have any. That's why we have 50 G's, maybe 50 racks, maybe to burn. You know, 50 racks to burn. It's not like burning, it's like building a structure. Okay, it's building a house. Zingaloid. Okay, to drop in a given moment, how many tracks do you have to drop in a given moment? If you drop one track, okay, that's a single. You can drop one track every week, per week. Let's just say in a week you can drop a track per week, but in the space of 3 days, if you drop 3 songs, that's an EP. Okay, and you'll be reviewed as an EP, and it will take longer to go out. Okay, if you drop a song and before the 4 days when the song is supposed to go out and you upload another song, will be added to the other one. So it will now be reviewed as an EP, so you prolong the time for it to be released. Okay, so if you want to just drop an EP, just compile the thing, zip it and upload it. Okay, EPs we accept zip files, singles we accept WAV or MP3 files. So yeah. I've already said we pay the whole EP. A single is in the English side of Cameroon 25k, French side 20k, For an EP, 1,000 downloads is 35k, and it's 35k in the French side, 40k in the English side. Yeah, the quality reduced when you download from YouTube. That's what we are saying. So when you guys just go drop your songs on YouTube, and Cameroonians, you know, they always use YouTube, the YouTube that downloads. Like most Cameroonians, I've seen so many screenshots, even on my podcast. When guys watch my podcast, they download, they use the YouTube that has the download below. And when you download it, I upload videos in 4K, but when you download it, the highest you can get is 1080p. So ask yourself, where's the rest gone to? It has been compressed, right? Even YouTube compress files before uploading them. For most guys, I don't know, that's another conversation, if you guys really want to have that conversation. Artist panels on Google? I don't get it. Do you mean if they Google their name, they can see them on Google? Just Google Molytown now. You'll see the platform is on Google. Just Google Molytown. I think the first or second search, you see it. Every artist or everything you've seen on that page right now, you see it on Google. If that's what you're asking for. If it will enable the SEO aspect of your brand. If it will push for the SEO aspect of your brand for you to appear on Google, like when they search your name and all that. Yeah, of course. Just search any of those guys now on Google, you see them. Yeah, that's supporting your own. Like this, like I said, that's my own step I've taken. Most guys always say support your own, support your own, support your own, support your own. How do you actually support your own? This is how you do it. Okay, so everybody watching right now, just share this video. Make sure it gets to the guys, to the ears who need it. Okay, and as for the fans, as for the guys who love Cameroon music, most of you guys who really want to get songs, even EPs, or yeah, easily you can get it here. Okay, it facilitates the distribution of the projects, and it gives it a certain amount of worth. Okay, so DJ Java said it all. Support your own. At least this is the first step. So if you guys can clip this video, make clips out of it, like the support your own, the platform, the distribution, the payment, and all this, if you can share this video for it to get to the right people, good. For now, we are starting with this amount. Based on the effectiveness on how artists gravitate towards this, the amount may be bumped up. Okay, maybe so get some pool or some bank way, some tree way the flow for the, but yeah, at least if this proves like this formula is it's supposed to be, it's supposed, I don't want to say successful, because successful is for the audience. Like, yeah, successful means the artists actually use it to the best of their ability to make the most out of it. So if artists actually gravitate towards it and make the most out of it and benefit the most out of it, we'll keep it up and running, and we'll see how we can make it stable long term. Okay, so I think I'll call it a day. So share this video to everybody watching. Share this video, make sure it reach the guys that is supposed to reach, and yeah. So if there's nothing else, like if there's no question again, then I think we'll have to call it a day. Any question? I never thought this thing would make up to an hour, trust me.